Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video announcements. We've made it to February where we are exploring the theme of deepening relationship, which I'm really looking forward to digging into. And we've got some things coming up that I want to let you know about. The first one is that you may have gotten an invitation either by email or through Evite or maybe both because we were having some technical difficulties for a giving gathering. And I want to really invite you to say yes to that invitation if you've gotten one. These are gatherings and meals hosted by our stewardship team throughout the month of February. We're going to be talking a little bit about our congregation and the future of our congregation. And our theme for this year for stewardship is "The Future Begins with Us." And that means you. That means the future begins with all of us. So I think these are going to be a great way to connect with some folks in a smaller group, as well as to learn more about what it takes for our church to continue going and continue growing and continue offering sustenance during this time. So I really encourage you to say yes if you've gotten one of those invitations. They are invitations specifically to you. It's not kind of a general invite for each one. We're targeting the invitations. If you can't make it to the one you're invited to, I can see if there's room for you in another one. But we would love for you to respond, say yes, or even say no so that we know you can't make it. So look in your email for that. There's probably an email from me. There might be an Evite as well, and give a nice response to one of those. We'd really appreciate it. Tonight, it is Tuesday, February 3rd, and tonight is the monthly grief group that Karen Campbell leads on Zoom. This is a group that is for any adults who are experiencing any kind of grief. It's a really supportive place. And Karen sent out the Zoom link, but if you need it, you can feel free to reach out to me and I can pass it on to you. That's tonight, February 3rd, on Zoom at 7 p.m. This Sunday, we will be kicking off our stewardship campaign. We'll be talking about all the ways that the future begins with us. We've got some really good music planned, so I hope you will be there on Sunday. And our kiddos will be doing workshops during the service, so come for that as well. After the service, I'll be holding my next session of Intro to UU, and that is for any newcomers or long-term folks who want a refresher. This is where I talk about the history of Unitarian Universalism and of our congregation, and also Unitarian Universalism today. So it is what it sounds like, an Intro to UU. That's 11:30 to 12:30 in the fellowship room. And we will also be having one of our giving gatherings after the service from 11:30 to 12:30 up in the auditorium. Lunch will be served. If you've gotten an invitation for that, please respond as soon as you can so we know who is coming. Next week on Monday, which is February 9th, we are partnering with Main Street United Methodist Church to host an event about countering Christian nationalism in New Hampshire. It's going to be from 6:30 to 8:30 in the dining room, and I think it's going to be a really rich conversation. We have two speakers coming. One is Lisa Bowden from the New Hampshire Council of Churches. She has been doing kind of leading a project around countering Christian nationalism in New Hampshire through her role with the New Hampshire Council of Churches, and so has lots of information to share about it. And then James McKim, who is part of is one of the leaders of the Manchester NAACP and also an Episcopalian in Goffstown. He's going to come and share his perspective on what we need to be doing to counter Christian nationalism here in New Hampshire. So I hope you might come to that and come to learn, come for conversation. We're going to hear from the two speakers and then have some Q&A and have some time for conversation at our tables. There'll be some refreshments provided, and I really hope you'll come and and learn and talk about what are we doing here in New Hampshire to counter the threats of Christian nationalism that are right here in our state. So again, that's Monday the 9th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. I have an RSVP form. I will put a link for that in the comments. You can fill that out if you're interested in coming, and I would love to see you. Next Tuesday on the 10th of February is our next Coffee and Connection. It'll be 9 a.m. In the Campbell Chapel. I'll be leading this one. This is our regular monthly time, the second Tuesday of the month. But we will be continuing with our series on the 30 Days of Love. We have 2 more weeks that we'll be doing these Coffee and Connections weekly, and I hope you will join me. You don't have to commit, just show up to whichever one you are able to. So again, that's 9 a.m. next Tuesday. Also next Tuesday in the evening at 7 p.m., our young adult group, our 20s and 30s group, is meeting to play games. They welcome anyone in their 20s and 30s to come join them. That's 7 o'clock on February 10th. February 11th is our Racial Justice Working Group meeting. That group is always welcoming newcomers. If you're interested in working for racial justice in our immediate community or in the larger world or in our congregation, that is February 11th at 6:30 p.m. And you can join us either in the library or on Zoom. I'll put the Zoom links in the comments for you. And that's what I have for today. Again, if you have gotten an invitation to a giving gathering either by email or through Evite, please respond to that as soon as you're able. We'd love to hear from you, and we hope you will join us for one sometime over the course of the month.